But let's move on now and talk about Bajaj Electricals. That stock was down quite a bit yesterday. In fact, it was down, I think, about 13%. Today, it's down 1% after the company reported quite a weak set of numbers this quarter. In fact, posted a loss this quarter around. So let's invite the management on board. SHEKHAR Bajaj, the chairman and managing director at Bajaj Electricals, joins us to detail their numbers. Mr. Bajaj, good morning. Before we start talking about your numbers, let me just take this opportunity.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Let me congratulate you and your entire team on completing 75 years in the business. Off late, we have seen some stiff competition, especially in the consumer goods vertical. And you've seen your margins slide quite a bit in that segment. What is the outlook going ahead? What is the reason for which we're seeing this competition? And do you think it will take some time before you see recovery in the consumer durables vertical?
Okay, let me start by saying that we are also very disappointed with our second quarter performance. However, just for information, that in the second quarter compared to last year's second quarter, our margins are up by 2.5%, our first level margins. However, because of our cost overruns which have taken place and certain provisions that were required to be made, that is why, though the loss is lower than last year, but it's still a loss-making situation. Normally, the third and fourth quarter are our strong quarters, and therefore my expectation is that third quarter, because our turnover will be much higher, we should be in a position to still look at making improved profitability. Our forecast for the year still continues to be 4,700 crore against 4,060 crores last year. However, the little mix has changed. Lighting is not doing that well, so we are looking at them reaching around 1,000 crore, while the consumer durable should be about 2,100 crore, and the project business, E&P business, should be around 1,600 crores. So 4,700 crores is the forecast which we had made earlier, which we still continue, except that the order book is still around 3,100 crores for the project business, and therefore project business we should, instead of 1,500 crores which we had earlier projected, should be around 1,600 crores.
Okay.
Second, third and fourth quarter should be stronger.
Okay. Your first two quarters in consumer durables is not even reaching up to 1,000 crore. Are you expecting a big turnaround? Did you see any turnaround, at least in October, in your consumer goods business?
Yes, October is always better, but we have to compare October with previous October. Also, what has happened that water heater, because the summer extended, so our November sale is already started very strong, and therefore always about 400 crores out of 1,000 crore will be done in the first half, and the second half is always stronger because it's the Diwali season, Christmas season is there, and winter season is there, and then our year ending is there. So January, March is again strong, and therefore it's a normal situation. 40% comes in the first 6 months and the 60% comes in the last thing, but our fixed cost is across the board around the same, and that's why the numbers show much better in the third and fourth quarter. So our expectation is, compared to last year, was of course a very bad year for the year total, will be a far superior, but not still. We were expecting second quarter to be better, but it has not worked out as well.
Mr. Bajaj, the problem is not so much with what the company is doing per se, but it's more because of the competition that you're facing. So can you just tell us whether it is competition from international brands, whether you're seeing a lot more domestic brands get into the market, whether, these private labels of organized retailers are picking up, so these guys who can basically get cost-effective manufacturing out of China. Where are you facing the competition from, sir?
See, competition is always there. Competition will continue to be there. I don't think that we can justify our lack of growth to competition. In the lighting area, the CFL is down because the market for CFL is going down overall. So to that extent, we are not doing well. But other businesses, we have introduced a different model of selling, which is called the theory of constraint, which is a secondary sale emphasis and a replenishment model, where we are asking our dealers and retailers to keep a much lower level of inventory. So we are cleaning up their inventory levels, so our primary sale may show a dip of 4 to 8%, but it is really got to do with, so in the third and fourth quarter you'll see, and as we roll out our TOC, our growth will substantially pick up. So I'm for the year, I'm not too bothered. I'm not at all happy with what has happened in the second quarter. But third quarter onward, we should see the consumer durable. Lighting itself is an issue. The lighting, because the CFL was our main item, and CFL is showing negative growth. And that is resulting in the lighting segment getting impacted.
All right, Mr. Bajaj, we'll leave it at
so
that.
Lighting will continue to be impacted for the year also.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bajaj, for all those details. So lighting, yes, quite clearly impacted by CFLs, but still hoping that the consumer goods demand will pick up in the second half. That's the word coming in from Bajaj Electricals. Rajesh, exports numbers are looking good, but we will...